Fire Showbiz explosion, 50 Shades 3 inches officially returns, Jamie Dakota unexpected reunion. It was just dawn in Los Angeles when social media exploded, a brief status from the account at Universal Pictures official. 50 Shades returns 2026 kiss mark. Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson will reunite in the final chapter of the love story that shook the world. Just 10 minutes later, the hashtags #50shades3, #Jamie and Dakota back, and #Christian and Anna forever climbed straight to the top of the global charts. Facebooks from the US to Vietnam simultaneously shared images of the two stars, along with fiery comments. Unbelievable. Are they really back? Need oxygen urgently. Jamie Dakota once again keep the world awake. In her apartment in the Hollywood Hills, Dakota Johnson woke up to the sound of her phone ringing incessantly. She glanced at the screen. Over 500 messages. One of them was from someone she knew for sure, Jamie Dornan. "I guess we just broke the internet," she laughed, a laugh that was a mixture of worry and nostalgia. Because, deep down, she knew, this wasn't just the return of a movie, it was the return of a memory. Behind the reunion decision, 3 years ago, Jamie Dornan said in an interview, "I think we've finished telling the story. Maybe Christian and Anna should be left alone." That statement was once considered the end of the 50 Shades series, but the movie world never leaves a legend alone. According to insiders, Universal has been planning a third installment, 50 Shades, The Last Desire, since 2023, after a new script was submitted that was more mature, deeper and more emotional than ever. The unnamed producer said, "We didn't want a commercial fourth film. We wanted a final film, one where the audience saw Christian and Anna grow, fight, and love as real people, not just as two symbols." The only condition, Jamie and Dakota, no alternate versions, no new actors, and after much backroom negotiation, the yes came in a terse email from Jamie Dornan. "If Dakota is in, I'm in." The decision call. Dakota was in New York when she got the email asking her to join. She smiled half-heartedly, sitting in her apartment overlooking Central Park, a cup of black coffee without sugar in front of her. She called Jamie right away. "You're not tired of Christian Grey yet?" Jamie replied softly. "You didn't come back for Christian. You came back for Anna." That left her speechless for a few seconds. Not because of love, but because of memories. They had been through 3 films together, 3 years of pressure, criticism, and the most genuine moments on screen. On film, they were lovers. In real life, they were allies. Dakota chuckled, "Then we wrote the final chapter." Behind the scenes of emotion, when the news was officially announced, the media flocked to the film set in Vancouver, where 50 Shades 3 will start filming in April 2025. A reporter from the Hollywood Chronicle described, "The atmosphere was like a festival. Fans camped around the set, carrying banners reading, 'Anna Christian Forever.' Some burst into tears when Jamie got out of the car." Jamie Dornan appeared in his familiar grey suit. His beard was neatly shaved, his eyes were still cold and arrogant like Christian Grey years ago. Dakota, with her brown hair and simple white shirt, stepped up beside him. As the first camera panned, the director shouted, "Action." They looked at each other, were silent for a full 5 seconds, and then burst out laughing. "Here we are again," Dakota said. "For the last time, probably," Jamie replied, and that was the opening scene of the part of the film everyone thought would never exist. Drama, media fan. Just a few days later, the magazines exploded with headlines. Jamie and Dakota, they're back, but are they still friends? 50 Shades 3 finale or a new beginning? Dakota Johnson, "Jamie and I learned to love each other, according to the script. Rumors spread quickly. Jamie and Dakota fall in love again. Jamie fights with his wife. Dakota hides from the media. But this time, the two did not keep quiet. At the press conference to launch the first teaser, Jamie looked straight into the camera. "We came back for the characters, for the audience, and because this story deserves a perfect ending. Don't call it real love. It's art," Dakota added. "We've grown up, and so have Christian and Anna. The story now is not just about passion, but about healing." The audience applauded. And the fans? They called it Hollywood's greatest comeback story on the set. According to a behind-the-scenes source, the new film is set 10 years after Christian and Anna's marriage. The two face a big challenge, not the desire to dominate, but the breakdown and healing after marriage. Dakota said, "There was a scene where I had to look at Jamie and say, we're not ourselves anymore. When the director said, 'Cut,' the whole crew went silent. There was something so real that no one dared to talk about it." Jamie admitted, "That scene made me shiver. I don't know if it was because of Christian or because of me. But unlike the previous installments, 50 Shades 3 is not just about sex. This time, it's a coming-of-age story, about trust, forgiveness, and how two people learn to keep their love when the lights go out." Trailer release day. The official trailer is released. In the first 24 hours, the video has 60 million views, breaking the record for any romantic film ever. The opening scene is Christian Grey sitting in his old room, holding the symbolic string, then putting it in a wooden box. Dakota's voice rings out, "Our love was never a mistake. It was just a journey. Not over yet." The music is pounding, the lights are dim, then the scene of them hugging in the rain, the global audience cries, screams, shares. This is not just a movie. This is the memory of a generation. Back to the red carpet. London is bathed in light. The red carpet of the world premiere stretches out in front of the Odeon Leicester Square. Jamie appears first, black suit, calm eyes. Dakota steps out behind, white satin dress, the wind blowing gently making her hair flutter. When they saw each other, the audience erupted in screams. They walked back, holding hands for a second, no more. The cameras flashed. Jamie whispered, "We did it." Dakota replied softly, and this time, it was real. Not for them, but for us. Not love, but friendship, the kind of feeling only those who have created legends together can understand.